Hi, my name is Jeffrey Quinones, educational instructor at the Carroll County, and thank you for joining in this virtual education in order to provide education to our students, to the people that we support, and to our community designed by the Educational Department of the Carroll County. So today we're going to continue teaching another topic in career management class, which is how to dress appropriately in order to have a successful interview. So I will invite you to come with me. I'm gonna just share my screen in order to continue with this class. Perfect. See, there you go. Dressing for an interview, career management. So you are having an interview. So once again, you've been waiting for an interview or you've been applying for many positions and finally you have an interview. So the question comes to your mind right now. So how I'm gonna dress for my interview? How can I dress in order to have a successful interview? How can I dress to impress my interviewer? So my job today is to provide you tools and materials in order you have a wonderful interview. So questions to your mind might come if like, how do I dress? What kind of dressing? What kind of clothes I'm gonna use? What kind of shoes should I wear? I might use my favorite Puma t-shirt. I might use my favorite pair of shoes. Or maybe how about my Adidas sneakers? Or do I really have to use appropriate clothing for my interview? So, sure, these questions are normal, and I know you want to give the best impression. But when we are talking about business, there are different codes how to dress appropriately in order to have an interview. So first impression, remember this. You know that it is important to make a good first impression at a job interview and that your choice of interview attire is a big part of that. However, regardless of what everyone else at the company is wearing, it is essential to take particular care with your appearance during a job interview. The candidate dressed in a suit and tie or dress in heels will usually make a much better impression than the candidate dressed in jeans and sneakers. Sure, no matter how the other people in the company is dressing, you are the person who is applying for an interview. So it is your job to do the right job. You need to dress to impress in order to have, once again, a fantastic interview. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple tips for men and for women. We're gonna start for men first, how to dress in a proper manner. So dressing in a manner that is professional, appropriate to the position for which you are applying. So it is your job to research the company, the dress code. Most of the companies in their website, they have the dress code. So how people dressed in their companies, in their organizations. So it is important to check and do your research. B, oh, I won't say A or B. I'm gonna just next. Okay, you should wear also a suit if possible to interview. Remember what we said before. A suit and a tie always gonna make a wonderful impression. So suit means a matching jacket and pants, dress shirt, tie, and socks and dress shoes. So it means that your socks and your shoes, your tie, your dress need to coordinate between each other. So that means that you cannot have like a blue jacket, suit jacket, and let's say black pants, yellow socks, and brown shoes. No, so try to coordinate that all the colors match together. So avoid loud colors and flashy ties means that try not to use colorful clothing, red, yellow. Try to do something dark or something plain, no flashy tie, not something that shines, something like it's plain tie. That makes more professional in a business. Okay, clothing should be neat, clean, and pressed. Make sure your clothing is neat and clean and pressed. Remember, your appearance, the way that you are dressing tells a lot who you are, tells about your responsibility, tells about your commitment to work. Okay? Make sure you have a fresh breath. Brush your teeth before you leave for the interview, making sure so you appearance looking good, good hygiene, comb your hair, clip your nails, making sure your hygiene is in a good condition to the interview. You don't want to go to the interview and having a bad breath or some rest of food that you had in the breakfast, and when you are there with your interview and you smile and you show those things, right? I'm pretty sure you don't want to do that. So before, in order to avoid that, make sure you have a brush breath. In order to do that, brush your teeth before you leave for the interview. Okay, that's basically simple. Your hair should be neat, clean, and conservative. Don't try to go with with your favorite actor, actress hairstyle. Just make it professional. Okay. Tips for women. Okay, let's go to the women now. So if possible, wear a suit with a skirt or pants, if possible. Keep your jewelry and hair accessories to a minimum and stick to those that are not flashy, distracting, or shiny. I know many ladies out there like to use a lot of jewelry, and I don't blame them, but in a job interview, I would suggest just keep the accessory to the minimum. That means that you should not wear accessories, but just keep it to the minimum. Sometimes that might distract to the interviewer or might catch attention to other people and might play against you. Okay, so interview suits should be simple and dark in color. Like, once again, don't try to use a colorful clothing. Something plain, dark as possible is great. Anything tight, bright, short, or sheer should absolutely be avoided, of course. Remember, you are trying to impress the interviewer with your skills, with your talents, with your experience. You are going to show the interviewer, why you are the best candidate for that position. Okay, it's not about how tight you use your clothing. Once again, that might play against your interview. Wear a conservative blouse with your suit. Do not wear bright colors, animal prints, or anything lacy, sheer, or low cut. Okay, once again, don't use non-necessary animal prints or anything lazy. Simple. Don't use any logos in your clothes. Making sure your clothing is just plain. Dressing a manner that is professional, appropriate to the position for which you are applying. So that's basically, it's simple. Once again, research the company, research the dress code that the company has. Okay, so that will tell you more about how the company is expecting you to dress. But for an interview, once again, and I will remind you once again, a suit and a tie, if possible, always will make a wonderful impression. Okay, and the clothing should always be neat, clean, and pressed. Of course, that always will say the perfection that you are doing your the best to get the position. Okay, so making sure you are responsible in your clothing, make sure that you might be responsible for the needs of the company. Shower or bath the morning of the interview and brush your teeth before you leave for an interview. Remember, hygiene is important. As we've been talking with the tips for men, brushing your teeth, trying to avoid food or greasy food before going to your interview, that will make a good appearance in your hygiene. Okay, wear deodorant. Don't wear perfume. You don't want to smell overpowering or worse, causing an allergic reaction. You never know. There are many people out there that they have allergic reaction to perfumes and other things. So, or maybe you might overpowering the room that you are getting the interview, and people might feel uncomfortable with a lot of perfume. You want to use perfume, you can use, but just a hint, just a little bit. But if it's possible not to wear perfume, if possible. Okay, so remember, showing up to an interview polished and dressed appropriately for the role that you are interviewing for shows that you put effort into yourself and understanding the organization's culture. That means that you are working hard to understand the organization's culture. That shows a lot. Showing up for an interview polished and dressed means that you are really interested in getting the job and you are interested in knowing more about the position and you are putting as much effort into yourself to get the job. Okay, so just remember that. So many people might ask, for example, okay, what happens if I don't have a suit jacket? I don't have a suit. How can I dress in order to still have a wonderful, successful interview? Oh yeah, different companies have dress codes. Dress codes are the ways that employees should dress. So I'm gonna just mention a couple of them. One of them is business professional. So in a business professional atmosphere, basically the norm is a suit, right? Like a jacket and suit jacket, sorry, tie, like a bank, So basically is involved a suit. Women might wear a skirt or pantsuit with heels, while men might wear a blazer or suit jacket. Okay, suit pants, a tie, and dress shoes. Sure, that's basically business professional. But also we have the business casual. In a business casual company, men might opt to wear dress slacks or chinos, a button-down or polo shirt, a belt, and dress shoes. Women might consider wearing a conservative dress or a blouse with a skirt or dress pants and dress shoes or boots. Means that still it is professional, still it is good. So in a business casual, for example, you can just you don't have to use a suit jacket or a tie, but however, you can still use a tie in a business casual, and it still is professional, and you keep it with a good first impression. Okay, and casual, of course, is basically less than that. When interviewer at a casual office, it is important to look polished and professional. For example, if you're going for a job, applying for a mechanic job, maybe you won't see people dressing with business casual or business professional. You want to see more people dressing as casual clothing. That doesn't mean that the dress codes for the company is casual. Still, it is your job to impress the interviewer. It doesn't matter where you go. It's about you, okay? So try to keep it business professional and business casual. Okay, I'm gonna just give you a couple examples right here in a business casual and professional. In the business casual, you see a person with a pants, belt, a shirt, and a tie. In a business casual, not necessarily a person has to use a tie, but it still looks professional, right? And you see in the ladies, pants and blouse, and still keep them professional. But in a professional casual or business professional, in the professional clothing basically involves a suit, a tie, and ladies also involve a suit, makes more professional. Both of these looks professional. However, always a suit and a tie will impress. Okay, so if you can afford for a professional attire, go for the professional attire, even if you're applying for a job where employees doesn't or don't dress professionally, attires, clothing, or business casual. Okay, so it is your responsibility to have that job in you made your homework. So we're gonna review what we learned today. Okay, so we're gonna go to a couple questions and let's review it. So if I have an interview, I should wear. So right now you are having an interview. Okay, let's say you have an interview tomorrow and you are wondering, what should I wear right now? Business casual, professional casual, casual, dress, pants, jeans. So those questions probably is coming to your mind if you have an interview and what you should wear. So the options are two, A and B, okay? So let's read the A. My favorite t-shirt and a pair of jeans. Is that what you really wanna dress for an interview? Or B, a business attire and if possible, a suit? So what answer will you choose? Great job, great job. Answer is B, a business attire and if possible, a suit. Remember, you are not going to meet your friends. You are not going to have a beautiful party with friends and family. You are going to a business center. You are going to have an interview. You are going to get an interview to get a job. So the answer definitely will be B, a business attire and if possible, a suit. Wonderful job. So let's go to the next question. Before arriving to my interview, I should. Let's say you have an interview 10 o'clock in the morning and you are ready heading to the interview office, and what you should do. A, get a donut, and it is possible a chocolate one. How many of you guys like chocolate donuts? It's one of my favorite ones, especially in the morning when having with coffee, Dunkin' Donuts, or other place, Krispy Kreme, whatever. Or B, brush my teeth and making sure my nails are clipped, clean, and neat. So what choice would you choose? Get a donut and if it's possible a chocolate one, or B, brush my teeth and making sure my nails are clipped, clean, and neat? What would you get? Wonderful, awesome job. The answer is B, brush my teeth and making sure my nails are clipped, clean, and neat. Although a donut might be great to fill your stomach before going to interview, getting breakfast. However, greasy food or things like chocolate donuts or other type of food like that might cause a mess in your mouth, in your teeth, in your clothing. So try to avoid that. Try to avoid that. If you want after the interview, you can eat whatever you want, but please, if you're going to interview, try not to eat messy food. Okay, so brushing your teeth and making sure your nails are clipped, clean, and neat, it is important. Remember, you need to provide a fresh breath. um, Remember, looking your teeth, making sure there's no food. That tells a lot. Your personality, your hygiene tells a lot of a person. You need to make sure that your nails are clipped as well, clean and neat. For example, if you're going for an interview to a restaurant, I have a restaurant that I really love, Olive Garden. I like Italian food, and one of my thing is that at Italian food, I like to order pastas, and I decide to apply for a job. I want to apply for my favorite restaurant, Italian food restaurant. So I go to the interview, and the interviewer or the store or the restaurant manager asks me, why do you really want to work here? Why do you think you are the best candidate for this position? And I start making my first moving impression and moving well. I am a dedicated person. I show my hands and I show that my nails are long with dirt inside. So what the manager will think about my hygiene? If you're a customer, you're going to order pasta and the server comes to your table with the long nails, dirt inside, and probably the first thing you will say is, ew, get the manager, please, right? So they don't want that. They don't want that. It is important to cut your nails, trim your nails, make it everything is clean and neat. Remember, hygiene is important in the job interview. So a good way to impress in an interview, this is the next question, okay? We're gonna go to this question. So a good way to impress in an interview is A, using lots of perfume and jewelry, or B, dressing in a manner that is professional and appropriate to the position. A, using lots of perfume and jewelry, or B, dressing in a manner that is professional and appropriate for that position. What would you choose? Wonderful, excellent answer. Answer is B, dressing in a manner that is professional and appropriate to that position. And I know many ladies out there like to use perfumes, jewelry, and stuff like that, but remember that might place against your interview. Too much perfume, or especially perfume, might cause allergy reaction to other people that we might not know, or a lot of jewelry might shines too much and distract the interviewer or other people. You're just going to show why you are the best candidate for the position. So dressing a manner that is professionally and appropriate to the position is the right answer. So let's consider this. Besides, many companies might have different dress codes. It's your job to dress appropriately for the position. So different companies have different dress codes of how candidates and employees should dress. The appropriate dress code can vary depending on the company, industry, and location. However, regardless of what everyone else at the company is wearing, it is essential to take particular care with your appearance during a job interview. The candidate dressed in a suit and tie or dress and heels will usually make a much better impression than the candidate dressed in jeans and sneakers. So remember this, before you say a single word to the interviewer, you have already made an impression based on how you are dressed. So dressing is important, dressing to impress. Thank you for joining this amazing class, and I hope you learned a lot today. We will continue reviewing next class about the steps how to continue making first impression, handshaking, eye contact, which is wonderful in order you have the right tools so you may have a wonderful and successful interview. Thank you so much, and I see you in next class.